What's up YouTube? For today's video, we have a full shiny Let's Go Pikachu Eevee team. So pretty much these are some of the shinies that I've caught on the Let's Go, and I've transferred a couple from Pokemon Go as well, and I thought I'd make a cool team out of them. Now, I had a couple of people asking me in my last theme team, am I going to still be doing, Ultra Sun and Moon theme teams? Yes, I am. I'm going to be doing a mix of both, so I'll be sort of like alternating between them. Alright, the question for today is, what was the first shiny Pokemon you got in Let's Go? Leave below in the comment section. If you enjoy these theme teams, people, drop a like on the video, and let's get into it. Okay, so let's have a look at the first team. Now, these battles obviously are all recorded and done live. So we've got a Charizard, a Narbok, a Rhydon, a Cloyster, Hypno, and Chansey. This is a battle on my Discord. This one was against Mr. Guzzlord. And I've got my shiny Pokemon here, and I made up some of them into interesting sets. So we've got Tentacruel, Onix, Gyarados, Dragonite, Beedrill, and Butterfree. So a pretty interesting team. Some of the moves they get are quite interesting too. I thought, especially the Beedrill. There's a very funny move on Beedrill. All right, let's get into this. Now I have 2 battles with this team, and also got some bloopers and stuff at the end too, as usual. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Now the code I've been using, I think I included that at the start. I think it was Caterpie, Squirtle, and Jigglypuff. I searched that code for like ages and no one was actually using it, so I thought I'm going to probably make that like my official code that I use for Team Team. Alright, anyway, so if you are a little bit bored one day and want to search for them battles, try searching that code. You may hit yours truly. Okay, so we have a Arbok leg, starting with the big boy here, Onix. Onix looks, all the shiny Pokemon look like really, really good in this game. So I've got Stealth Rock on this set. Now, I did like so many battles with this team already. Everyone's got a Stealth Rock lead. Like, everyone's got one. Because you just can't get rid of it. Okay, so we've got the Arbok going for the scary face there. That's going to paralyze my Onix. Now, you guys can see what moves I've got on my team, like, and on my Pokemon as well. So I can go over them, but you guys, you can already see them. So setting up the Stealth Rock on the Arbok. Now, this has Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Dragon Tail. Earthquake and Rock Slide were for like dual stab for some damage, and Dragon Tail was to phase the Pokemon out. So I might be able to get rid of the Arbok, send a Pokemon in this kind of weak to Stealth Rock, and do some extra damage to it. Or that doesn't really make up a really great matchup. So we got the Arbok swapping out, and now we got the Yucky Egg coming in, which was the shiny Chansey. We don't speak a shiny Chansey, people. We just don't speak of it. Okay, so anyway, we're going to get some Stealth Rock damage, and I'm going to get some Earthquake damage on the Chansey too. Now, obviously, there's no... For the new people who haven't seen this yet, now in Let's Go, there's no items, there's no abilities, so it's fairly watered down, and obviously, there's no actual breeding moves and things like that. However, some of the Pokemon actually learn like tutor moves, breeding moves, or random moves. It's quite interesting. I'll get to show you a couple of examples in this battle. Okay, so go for another Earthquake on the Chansey, and that is going to take the Chansey out, which is good. Chansey sets up the Stealth Rock there. So there's Stealth Rocks on both sides of the field. Now, Stealth Rock was kind of rough for my team. Especially, probably like 3 or 4 of them. It was pretty rough. So we got rid of the Chansey at least. I wasn't really scared of Chansey because obviously it doesn't have... There's no Everlight in this game, so it's not that threatening. Okay, so now we got Rhydon. I can either go for the Dragon Tail here or go for the Earthquake. I decided to go for Earthquake for a little bit of damage on Rhydon. Now, Rhydon is also going to go for the Earthquake against my Onix. Now, Onix is going to get destroyed in one shot. There's nothing I could have done about that. And I think Onix did a pretty fair job there, setting up the Stealth Rock, taking out a Chansey, and, revealing half the team. Okay, so now I'm going to go into Butterfree. I thought this might be a good opportunity to go for maybe... I could go for a Sleep Powder, then a Quiver Dance to try and go for a sweep. Plus, Butterfree was awfully weak to Stealth Rock as well. So it didn't... I thought I may as well send it out right away because it's going to go down otherwise. And this wasn't a bad... it wasn't a bad swap in. I could put the Rhydon to sleep and then set up Quiver Dance and, go for the Bug Buzz or Air Slash for whatever comes in next. Okay, so anyway, we got the Rhydon actually swapping out, unfortunately. And now into the Butterfree, we got the Charizard. So Charizard is going to get hit very hard by the Stealth Rocks, doing half its health. And now we're going to get the Butterfree going for the Sleep Powder. Now, if you use Sleep Powder on any of your Pokemon, it actually has quite a funny, the sound animation for it is pretty funny. At the moment, guys, I don't have like a way of just like having the, the Pokemon moves being the only noise in the background. So I just put some general Pokemon music from this game there. So until that's actually figured out, I'm not sure what I'll do for that. Okay, so anyway, we got the Mega Digi Evolution into Charizard X here. I'm gonna go for a Quiver Dance on the Mega Evolution, and pretty much here, I just don't want the Charizard to wake up and destroy me. So I've got a +1 in speed and special attack and special defense. So I thought, well, I can go for Air Slash now. This should do some pretty good damage. I don't know whether it'll take Charizard out because Charizard, you know, it's coming from a Butterfree too, so it's not that strong. So go for Air Slash, and Charizard just lives on 1 health, and it's going to wake up and use Roost. Oh, you serious, guys? You're absolutely serious. So Charizard is going to be awake, and it's going to get, you know, over half its health back. So it's actually in better condition than when it came out before, or, you know, around the same. And, you know, it's a Mega too. So I thought I could go for Sleep Powder, but it could miss. So my option here is to either attack, do as much damage as possible, then maybe swap something else in to take it out. But looking at my team, everything's going to get outsped by Charizard, and I'm going to get absolutely shredded. So I've got to do some good damage this way I can. So going for the Air Slash, praying I can get a flinch on this. It doesn't miss, which is good. So doing some solid damage to Charizard. Oh, it just didn't take it out. However, Charizard is going to be the physical set, and it's going to go for the Flare Blitz, which is going to take out my Charizard, not my Charizard, my Butterfree, and the Charizard's going to get taken out by its own Flare Blitz recall damage. So that was pretty good. I mean, I would have liked for Charizard to not wake up, and my Butterfree just, you know, still have the Quiver Nets up. But that, you know, I guess that wasn't too bad. I got rid of the Charizard. That was a big problem. Okay, so now we're going to go to Beedrill. Now, Beedrill actually gets outraged in this game, which is like, I find that like hilarious. Now, Beedrill also has a very cool shiny. If you guys remember, I did get the shiny Weedle as well. I thought that'd, you know, make a cool member on this team. Now, I got the shiny Butterfree, coming obviously from a shiny Caterpie. Now, also got traded. I got traded some shinies as well. So I thought it's like a mixture of Pokemon to make up this team. Okay, so into the Beedrill. Look at Hypno. Look how good it looks. So I can go for an X Scissor here against Hypno. I was quite confident this would do some heavy damage to it. I've got Poison Jab, Brick Break, and Outrage. Outrage was more of a lols move on there. I just thought it was quite funny that Beedrill could actually learn that. So I go for the X's. Almost takes Pinky Pasta out, but Pinky Pasta is going to go for a Reflect. Now, the good thing about this is, right, I was like, I can go for a Brick Break, right? I can break that Reflect. It should just be enough to take it out, or I might get Shrek'd and it lives on 1 health and takes me out with Psychic. I thought it'd be worth the risk to go for the Brick Break, so I'm just waiting for them to make the move. Man, look, the models look so good at this. So now we got the Hypno swapping out, and we got the Rhydon coming. So obviously Rhydon expecting you know, the X Scissor again. Now I'm gonna go for the Brick Break. Now not only does Brick Break actually break the Reflect, it's also you know, pretty good against the Rhydon being super effective. So now Rhydon is going to be a difficult Pokemon to take out. I can either swap out here, or I was thinking I could go into Gyarados, but if it does go for a Rock Slide or something like that, that could be bad. I decided to go for the Outrage against Rhydon, get as much damage as possible. Then I figured I can just, you know, revenge KO with another one of my Pokemon. Okay, so Rhydon's going to go for the Earthquake. I went for the Outrage Beedrill, and it's going to take me out with the Earthquake, and that's Beedrill done. But that's all right. Beedrill did you know, a fine job there. So we got 4 Pokemon remaining. I've got half my team down. Now, I've got Dragonite, Gyarados, and Tentacruel left. I thought Gyarados would be quite good swapping, but I thought we could go into the Tentacruel here and just go for an Ice Beam or Gyarados. I was thinking, in case something bad happens, let's go into Gyarados, because at least Gyarados, you know, is immune to the Earthquake, you know, being a fire type. So into the big red Gyarados, obviously, you know, Gyarados looks very nice too. It doesn't look too much different. It's always been, you know, a pretty good looking shiny Pokemon. So anyway, I can go for the Waterfall, or I can go for the Earthquake here against the Rhydon. Now we got that swapping out, and we got the Pinky Pass coming, which is the Hypno. You guys seen that one before. So obviously this Pokemon was already going to go down to the Stealth Rock damage, and obviously I just want to see what I was going to do. So that's the Hypno down there. So we got 3 Pokemon remaining too. We got the Arbok, we got the Rhydon, and we got 1 other Pokemon. So just waiting at the moment for them. Maybe in the future I may do like little cuts in between that communicating section, but it wasn't actually really too long, right? So I didn't do that. So we got Arbok. I can go for an Earthquake against this thing. That'd be my best bet to take it out. Or I could go for the Waterfall and go for the Flinch, but I think it's going to live a Waterfall, so I decided to go for the Earthquake on the Arbok instead. So going for the Earthquake on the Arbok here, and that is going to take it out in 1 shot. So we still got Rhydon left. Now Rhydon, I don't think it'll actually leave a Waterfall, so, you know, it's going to be the other Pokemon that's going to be, you know, a problem here. So just waiting for them to send out the Pokemon. Also on this set, I think I had Crunch, Earthquake, and Waterfall as well. I thought that'd be fun moves around. So their last Pokemon is the closest. Like, oh, I think I know what this is going to be. So I know none of my moves are going to take it out. I just went for Crunch to actually drop its defense there. Might help me out a little bit later. So Crunch really doesn't do too much. And now Shoulder is going to go for Shoulder. Close is going to go for the Shell Smash, boosting its stats. So it's interestingly enough they left Shell Smash in as a move. Like Butterfree left Quiver Dance in as well. So they've left a couple of moves in. A lot of they're very, very competitive moves. But the problem is, like, there's no like items and other things like that. So I'm going to go for, I was thinking I could go for Dragon Tail, but Dragon Tail might miss. Let's go for Earthquake against this thing. And now it's going to go for the Ice Beam. And yeah, that's going to do a lot of damage after a Shell Smash there. I'm not sure whether that one actually mattered. It could have actually mattered. I might have outlived really badly, but that's how it was. I've got 2 more Pokemon left. I've got my Tentacruel and my Dragonite left. Now, Dragonite has Thunder Punch, which I know will be enough to take it out after that Shell Smash drop. The problem is whether it's going to, outspeed enough after a Shell Smash. And also it depends on, it depends on what the IVs are on the opponent's Pokemon too. I'm not sure if they're all like, all maxed IVs or not. Also, I want to mention too, AVs, Awaken Values, don't make any difference in normal battle rules there. So if you use your 200 candies on every stat, it does not count in normal battles. The only battle type it counts in is, non-restricted battle. So, and also your level obviously doesn't get affected. It doesn't get bumped up to level 50. It'll just be whatever it is. So I'd say you'd have to, your Pokemon up to level 100 to do that format. Okay, so anyway, Close is going to hit me in the ball, the nether region with the Ice Beam, and that's going to take out my Shiny Dragonite. Now, Shiny Dragonite actually doesn't look as bad. It looks terrible in, like, a lot of the other games, but its Shiny doesn't look all that bad. I'm not saying I'm in love with it, but it doesn't look too bad. Okay, so into Tentacruel. Now, Tentacruel looks really good. I can go for I've got Mega Drain in this. Now, Mega Drain actually got a power boost. Basically replaced Giga Drain, and they gave it a power boost at 60 base power. So we got the Closer go for the Poison Jab. It had nothing to actually hit me with there. And I'm going to go for the Mega Drain against the Closer, and that's going to take it out. So that's the first battle. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Did I say it used Poison Jab? Closer attacked me. It really didn't have anything to do with at me at all. All of its special moves I could tank. And, Tentacruel is a very bulky Pokemon in special defense anyway. Okay, so we got one more Pokemon being the Rhydon. Now, Rhydon, we already know that I'm going to be able to outspeed that. And I could use Mega Drain, Ice Beam. I didn't want to risk using Hydro Pump because it could miss, and then I'll go down to Earthquake. But that's it, people. Hope you enjoyed this first game. Actually, at this point here, I was actually trying to, like, switch over my controllers. I like using the controller that's got, like, and instead of the arrows, like, it actually got the X and Y and stuff on it. I was getting a little bit confused there. So I did actually change my outfit too, guys. What's some good outfits you put on your characters? So go for Ice Beam. That's going to take out the Ride. Don't Ice Beam me. And let's get on to the second battle. Thanks for that one. If you guys do want to come and battle me on my Discord, I do Let's Go Battle / Ultra Sun and Moon battles in the Pimpnite battle room. But yeah, thanks for the battle. Let's get on to the second one. Now, this was a battle against Hunt on my Discord as well. So we got Vaporeon, we got Aerodactyl, Ninetales, Lapras, Raticate, and Nidoking. So quite a good team there. Some good Pokemon in this generation. So I'm going to lead... I'm just going to lead off with Onix. Onix was pretty much just a Stealth Rocker in this team, and that was pretty much... If it did anything outside of Stealth Rock, that was a bonus, right? Because, it's not the greatest Pokemon in the world. So picking my team, and let's get into it. Now, I did put out my code at the start where I go for theme teams and stuff, so I'm thinking for streams I'll probably just, put like a code out there and you guys can put it in as, I guess it's sort of like the first person to get it. If you do want to get a really quick battle though, just put 3 Pikachus in. You'll get one like within like, I don't know, 10 seconds or so. Even like off periods, you'll get one in like 10 to 20 seconds. Okay, so now we got the Raticate as the lead. Now, since I went with the Onix as a start, this is actually pretty good because I've got nice base defense. And Raticate is a normal type, obviously, so it wouldn't have a lot of moves to actually hit me. Maybe a neutral move at the most. So I know that I can easily get a free Stealth Rock over here. Then I can go for a Dragon Tail afterwards. And, and the fun can begin then. I don't know. Was just thinking the other day, right? Has anyone actually found 2 shinies like right on the overworld that are actually like near each other? I was thinking, imagine if you seen 2 Onixes that were just on the overworld like standing next to each other. That'd be so crazy. Okay, so now we got the Vaporeon coming in, and Vaporeon is going to absolutely destroy my Onix. So I'm going to go for the Stealth Rock. So I was already thinking about like what am I going to swap into? What would be a good swap in? I thought, well, maybe Tentacruel would be a nice swap in because. Vaporeon doesn't have a lot to hit Tentacruel with. Tentacruel is very bulky in special defense too, so this could definitely serve as a very nice swap-in. So I was thinking about this for a little bit. Dragonite, no. Beedrill, no, it's too frail. Butterfree, too frail. Gyarados, I didn't want to take like unnecessary damage against it, so I thought Tentacruel, was definitely my best swap-in here. I was thinking, guys, what do you think about me actually live narrating these battles? I could definitely do it. I'd have to set up my mic and stuff. The only problem is, you know, when I'm live narrating, right, the problem is if the battle's no good, right, I have to go through all that narrating and there's like a crap battle. It's like, I'm not going to use that, and I just like wasted all my, you know, I'm like out of breath after I've done like 10 battles in a row. So, oh no, maybe something to think about, what if you guys would like that or not. So, this would be a good Mega Draining target for my Tentacruel. So go for Mega Drain. It's not going to do a lot of damage, but it does get me some health back, which is nice. And I'm going to get, you know, recover off that damage. Now, the best thing that Vaporeon can pretty much do to me here is go for the Scald. Shiny Vaporeon looks really cool too. You can either, also you can transfer your shiny mons from, you know, Pokemon Go too. That's another thing that I did, which was pretty fun. Also, this week, I was just going to tell you this. I've got a very interesting video tomorrow, but I am going to try and put out an Ultra Sun and Moon, you know, like theme team this week too. So I want to try and do like, you know, let's go Ultra Sun and Moon, let's go Ultra Sun and Moon, something like that, or make sure I do like at least one or the other during the week. At this point, I was just waiting for my opponent to swap here. They were in a pretty hard place because Tentacruel was quite a good swapping for them, and I was also wondering what they're going to bring into it myself. So we got the Vaporeon swapping out here, and now we got the next Pokemon, which is the Nidoking. So I know Nidoking's probably going to have some kind of ground type move. I went for the Mega Drain there, which is not going to do too much to Nidoking. It does alright though. Now I do have Ice Beam, I do have the Hydro Pump. Now Hydro Pump's going to, you know, there's a chance of it missing. I thought I could go into Gyarados here, that could be, or Butterfree. Both of them would be, you know, quite good swap-ins. Or I could just, you know, I could stay in and go for an Ice Beam. I didn't really want to lose my Tentacruel this early on the game because, I mean, looking at my team, Tentacruel was definitely one of my better Pokemon. So I decided to go with the Butterfree. If I thought then I could go for the Sleep Powder, you know, after they went for a ground type move. That could be quite good. And start setting up some Quiver Dances. Okay, so into the Butterfree here. Now, we got the Nidoking go for a Focus Energy. So that's going to boost its critical hit ratio. So it's like, okay, well, if I get hit by a move after this, I'm definitely going to go down in one shot. Nidoking is, you know, it's pretty decent. So I'm going to go for the, I was thinking, should I go for the Air Slash? Should I go for the Sleep Powder? You know, what's my play here? Should I go for, I decided to go for an attacking move. Nidoking was going to outspeed me and go for the Poison Jab. And, yeah, that's going to take out my Butterfree in my dreams. I'm going to go for a Air Slash here, man. I thought I'd do a lot more than that. So I'm going to go for the Air Slash, nearly taking out the Nidoking in one shot. I could have gone for the Sleep Powder there, but the problem is, if I missed it, it would have been really bad, and I would have, like, you know, would have had some less damage done to the Nidoking. Okay, so doing a swappy into Onix, I thought, well, it may, let's actually see if it's got a ground type move or not. I know that I can swap in Onix, take out the Poison Jab, and then go for the Earthquake afterwards to take out the Nidoking. Look how tiny Nidoking looks compared to Onix, it's so funny. Okay, so Nidoking going for another Poison Jab here. That's not going to be very effective. It was a critical hit. That crit, guys, that mattered so much. Now I can go for the Earthquake against Nidoking. It kind of depends what other move Nidoking has. So Nidoking's going to go for the Mega Horn. Man, that looks really cool. It does a critical hit against me too. I'm going to go for the Earthquake and finish off the Nidoking. Man, I really like Mega Horn. That looks absolutely awesome. So Nidoking is down there. What do you guys think? I think of that Earthquake animation. It doesn't look too bad. I don't know. I'm sort of on the fence about whether I like it or not. So we've still got 5 Pokemon around. We've got Eradicate, which I know they're not going to come in. Vaporeon is a definite chance that's going to come in. And, you know, 3 of the other Pokemon. I was thinking Vaporeon would come into this because it would be able to take pretty much any move Onix used. You know, Earthquake. I mean, the best thing I could probably do is like Earthquake or Dragon Tail. But then we got the Lapras coming out. So it's like, okay, let's go for the Rock side. This is going to be super effective. Whether I outspeed the Lapras is going to be another thing, but I might be able to get lucky and, you know, outspeed and get a flinch. I do outspeed, and now I'm going to go for the Rock side. Does pretty good damage to Lapras, so I'm kind of happy with that coming from an Onix, and it's not going to get flinched at all. And now Lapras is going to go for the Surf, and that's going to definitely take me out, man. Surf looks absolutely incredible. You know, the animation looks absolutely incredible. And down goes for Onix. But once again, you know, Onix doing a fair job there, getting his Stealth Rocks up, spreading some damage around. I was very, very happy with how it went. So Butterfree was on its last legs here. I thought, let's go into Beedrill. And we could go for the Brick Break here, or I could go into the Butterfree and get some damage off there. I might be able to get some Air Slash scumminess against it, and then go into the Beedrill, maybe go for the Outrage or the Brick Break to finish it off. Okay, so back into the Butterfree there. I could go for Air Slash or Bug Buzz. Decided to go for Bug Buzz in case I missed that. It kind of like, that'd be like really bad. It sucked because Lapras is fairly bulky, and, you know, it's quite a, you know, it's a very good Pokemon in this game in my opinion. So, just waiting for them to make the move. I was expecting maybe, you know, an Ice Beam or a Surf again if it didn't have Ice Beam. But I'm definitely guessing an Ice Beam in this situation. You know, it's definite matchup with a flying type and stuff. Okay, so go for my Bug Buzz. Obviously, I was always going to outspeed the Lapras. Bug Buzz pretty much does nothing, and now Lapras is going to go for the Ice Beam. And yeah, that's definitely going to take out my Butterfree. There's no way living that one. I think I may have lived it at full health, like really, really badly. But yeah, that was definitely, I was definitely, you know, didn't expect to win that matchup. Okay, so now we got the Lapras, which is on low health now. I could bring in my Beedrill and go for the Brick Break and, you know, just finish that one out. Man, this looks really good. Now, I had a very funny matchup, right? Unfortunately, I'm kicking myself that I didn't actually live record this. What happened, right, is the player sent out a Mega Beedrill, or a Beedrill, then Mega Evolved. And, you know, they went for an attacking move because I think it was down to our last two. And obviously they didn't take me out with a poison jab. Obviously Beedrill versus Beedrill, there's not a lot of coverage. However, since I got an Outrage on there, I critted them with Outrage and they disconnected. It was like a Beedrill battle. I wish I had that one recorded. It was so funny. Anyway, so we got the Lapras going down to the Brick Break, which was nice. We got 4 more Pokemon remaining. Now I thought I can finish off the Raticate if it comes in. Or I could go for the Brick Break. And then we got the Aerodactyl. So I was like, oh boy. So Aerodactyl is pretty good against my team. It's got a nice base speed stat. It's got reasonable attack. And it's got like, it's got some definite rock type moves like Rock Slide. It's going to be very, very good, you know, against some of my Pokemon. Okay, so now we got the Mega Aerodactyl. Even more of a problem here. I actually could have used the Mega if I wanted to, but you know me, guys, I didn't want to use the Mega. So we got Mega Aerodactyl. Rock Slide actually misses there. I'm going to go for the Outrage on my Beedrill again. I love it when I get to use Outrage on Beedrill, and that gets a critical hit too. So I was very happy with that. You know, Beedrill doing more than I could have hoped against a Mega Aerodactyl. So we got the Rock Slide on the Beedrill, and yeah, it's going to take it out in one shot. But that's all good. I got like an Outrage crit against that, so I'm very happy with that. So we got Tentacruel, which could, that's just the thing. Either I could swap in my Dragonite or my Gyarados. So I decided to go into my Gyarados. Thought I definitely could leave it with Gyarados badly. I reckon it'd be like leave it badly and then I can finish it off with a Waterfall. So that was my idea. Leave the Rock Slide. The only thing I was worried about was a flinch. Or just, yeah, just a flinch or a crit. That'd be really, really bad. I was confident Gyarados could, you know, somewhat live it really, really badly. So go for, I was going like Waterfall, be our best bet here. You know, super effective damage. And Rock Slide misses again. I got 2 Rock Slide misses in a row. And now Gyarados is going to go up the Waterfall and take out the Aerodactyl. Waterfall, look, very good animation there. Like, what's with the animations for Surf and Waterfall? They're really, really good. Okay, so now we've got the Vaporeon left, we've got the Raticate left, and we've got one other one left too. Just waiting for them to bring in. So definitely the Aerodactyl would have destroyed my my Beedrill the first go. Absolutely. I'd say Gyarados would have lived and one-shot it with Waterfall. Definitely thinking that. So we got the Raticate coming. It's going to go for the Hyper Fang. Now I went for the Dragon Tail here against the Raticate to phase it out here. So that's going to do some, it does okay damage to Raticate, and Raticate's going to get phased out of the battle. Okay, so now we got the Ninetales coming. A shiny Ninetales looks very, very cool. The size comparison between Gyarados and Ninetales is pretty interesting too. So I could go for a Waterfall here and take it out, or I could go for an Earthquake. It really doesn't matter. Any of these things, you know, could definitely take out the Ninetales. So go for the fight, and going for the Waterfall is my best option here. Okay, so waiting for them to make the move. They're going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. It doesn't miss, which is nice. I was like, oh, okay, that sucks. So Will-O-Wisp is going to burn my Gyarados, which is going to halve my attack. I knew that Waterfall would still do some nice damage to Ninetales. Ninetales, you know, isn't the most bulkiest Pokemon in the world on the defensive side. Does pretty good damage to it. So the next one is definitely going to take it out. Okay, so things are looking pretty good at the moment. I still have my Tentacruel as well, which is nice. And I've still got my Dragonite waiting in the wings. So I can go for any move here, just Waterfall. Now, Ninetales is going to go for the Confuse Ray. So obviously it doesn't have much to actually take me out. I'm guessing it's got something like, you know, obviously it's got Will-O-Wisp and Confuse Ray. I'm guessing it's got some kind of fire move like Flamethrower. So I'm thinking they probably put up the Confuse Ray to confuse me, and then they're going to use like Flamethrower afterwards just for some extra damage. However, I get through the confusion and take out the Ninetales there. So at the moment, I'm getting very, very good luck, especially with the Rock Slide misses. I mean, my Beedrill definitely wouldn't have got that Outrage off against Mega Aerodactyl at all. So now we've got the Raticate left, and we've got the Vaporeon left. So they're the 2 Pokemon I've got left to deal with. I've got Tentacruel, Gyarados, and I've got, well, Gyarados is crippled at the moment, so it's not going to hit as hard. Okay, so now we've got the best move I think this thing's got is Hyper Fang. I just went for the Dragon Tail again to phase it out. It's going to go for a Focus Energy instead of attacking me, so that actually helped me out a lot. It didn't attack me, I can go for the Dragon Tail here and hit that Eradicate out of the game. And I don't get confused, and Eradicate is going to go out. Now, I actually did enough damage just there with the Dragon Tail to actually, you know, take the Eradicate out with the Stealth Rock incoming damage. So that was pretty good. Okay, so Vaporeon is going to get dragged out here. I don't know what other moves it can do against me apart from, like, Ice Beam. That's pretty much it. Gyarados is fairly bulky on the special, you know, defensive side, which helps too. So I was thinking I could go for the Dragon Tail here or the Crunch. Decided to go for Crunch so I could drop its defense. That could actually help me up. Okay, so go for another attack. I don't get confused. I got through 3 Confusions and I got through 2 Rock Slides. So things are going really well. And now we got the Vaporeon going for the Ice Beam on my Gyarados. It does pretty good damage. So I'd say after the burn, and the next burn is going to be enough to take out my Gyarados. So Gyarados can go for the Earthquake here, or the Crunch. I decided to go for Crunch again to drop its defense, just to help out, you know, my Dragonite if it wants to come in. Now, I'm going to step out of the Confusion and go for a Crunch again on the Vaporeon, and I don't get another defense drop, and it's going to go to sleep. Oh, boy. So we got the rest. Now, the thing about having rest in this, there's no, like, sleep talk and stuff. So when you use rest, you pretty much have to give up 2 turns, which is kind of... Yeah, it's really, like, it's super risky, right? Because someone could just use a status boosting move. Not that there's a lot, but it is very risky. So I thought, well, since it's sleeping right, let's go for the Dragon Tail. Phase it out of this battle. Pop in that Eradicate. Eradicate's going to go down to the Stealth Rocks, and then they're going to have to swap it in again. So I'd wait for that. And I do minimal damage to the Vaporeon. And now we got the Eradicate coming in, which is going to go down to the Stealth Rock damage. And that worked out pretty dang well. So my Gyarados was pretty much on its last legs here, or its last fin, whatever you want to call it. Its tail fin legs. And Vaporeon, I know, is going to just take me out with an Ice Beam. That's fine. I do have my Tentacruel still, which is nice. I've also got my Dragonite too. Now, Dragonite actually has Thunder Punch, which could definitely take out, or Outrage, which could take out the Vaporeon. Okay, so the last poke is the Vaporeon, which is still asleep, mind you. And I can go for... I decided to go for the Earthquake. I was like, Earthquake, Crunch, Waterfall. What should I do against this thing? I actually went for the Earthquake and misclicked on the Waterfall, which is unfortunate. But it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't really matter at all. It could go for another rest, but that's fine. I've still got my Dragonite with the Outrage, and I've got Thunder Punch as well. So I was pretty much just waiting for that one to come back in. Okay, so Gyarados is going to take some more damage from the Will-O-Wisp. And I'm just going to go for Earthquake again against the, against the Vaporeon. Now, Vaporeon, I think this is the turn that it actually wakes up. Going for I think this is my first Earthquake I've used against the Vaporeon. And now Vaporeon is finally going to wake up and go for the Ice Beam, and that's going to take out my Gyarados. But that's fine. Gyarados did a fine job there. Pretty much once it was burned, it was gone, but it did a solid job, right? So I've got Tentacruel, and I've got my Dragonite left. Dragonite can just be swapped in quite easily. Also, just actually brought up my stats there for Gyarados. I could just go into that and go for the Thunder Punch to finish off the Vaporeon. But that's pretty much game, people. I hope you enjoyed this battle. Now, tomorrow I've got a very... The battle tomorrow is going to be really interesting. I know you guys are going to enjoy it. I may put up some, some shiny hunts and things in between that. But yeah, if none of that happens, there will be a theme team going up tomorrow. And Damn, what's the day today? I think it's like Sunday here. Actually, it's Monday. It just turned Monday. It's like 1:42 a.m. on Monday. So Tuesday and Wednesday I have another theme team. So I'll probably have like theme team Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, hopefully. Things are going alright. But hope you enjoyed that battle, people. Check out the bloopers and bonus battle at the end. And I'll see you for tomorrow's video and stuff like that. Okay, people. Stay cool and peace out.